Who needs an alert anyway about, hey, it's trade deadline day. Do you want to stop the sim? Who needs one of those? Just keep it going. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. So prospects could develop in this game. Their potentials can fluctuate drastically. It's actually one of probably the better aspects of this mode is how certain people can improve. It's pretty nice, honestly. It is pretty nice. Just need the game to crash again. Lou, if it does, you're banned for a week. Just for putting that evil out there. If it crashes again, at least a week. And $20. If you don't pay the 20, it's 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, it's 40. And if you don't pay the 40, it's 2 more weeks. Oh, goodness. Anyway, let's save really quickly. We'll take a look at how the season ended. I mean, we barely paid attention to this roster because the team sucked. So, honestly, do I even care about the stats? We didn't finish last in the division, which is shocking. That was Calgary, who technically beat us on tiebreaker. So if Calgary gets that #1 pick, then yeah, we'll kind of know there wasn't a lottery. Or Carolina, then technically. So we could have the third. President's Trophy went to Nashville, by the way. Do I even care about the game right now? I mean, there are certain aspects of this that it's not totally brutal. It's bad. It's not totally brutal. This team was. Got the 42 points for Anthony Duclair, though. I mean, hey, we have a good crop of younger talents. I think we can pull something off here, you know? Give it time. Problem is, people got me riled up about 24. And that's a way to just kill my interest in any hockey game. Is to be like, hey, NHL 24. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Alex Ovechkin back at the top of the goal scorers list. Oh, Phil. We love Phil Kessel. We love Phil Kessel. Can you imagine, like, I yearn for the day that Steve Simmons, like, develops a conscience and just realizes, oh, was I a bully to Phil Kessel? Was I a bully to a cancer survivor? I hope he's, like, live streaming or something as that moment happens. Just for him to suddenly have that realization of, am I a bad person? I don't think it'll ever happen. Yeah, Phil Kessel's a cancer survivor. It was just a kid, too. Like, his rookie season in Boston. No, it's the children who are wrong, right? Like, you know how... Oh, my God. Dougie Hamilton hit a 90 overall. Let's fucking go. Realistic game. I'm going to check the call tomorrow. Jesus! Jesus! Well, he has medium franchise, but Jesus! 90 overall, Sam Reinhart. Christ alive. Jesus. Also, Reed Boucher just always developed into a monster in these games, huh? It's a shame he's a piece of shit. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So yeah, sorry if I'm like, oh, the stats, we didn't take a look at them too much. But I mean, league-wide, I mean, our team, we sucked. League-wide, we took a brief look at least. But I wanted to experiment around with like, hey, let me make a really good team really quickly and see if it's half decent. And yeah. That didn't work. So now we're kind of right back on the track of, well, I should have signed all those young-ass free agents that we didn't end up getting to keep because the game fracking crashed. So that was fun. Might have to do with the goalie. It's an 82 overall goalie, though. I think he's bad. Unless this is the one... Go figure. Imagine. For a second, humor me here. Imagine that this is the one game Kings win back-to-back cups, by the way. Imagine that this is the one game where having a good goalie actually matters. Of all the games, if it's this one. Fuck that, by the way. If this is the one game in the entire EA NHL lineage, well, not the entire, it used to matter a lot, but if this is the main game of the recent times where goalies actually matter, oh, it'd be ridiculous. Shout out to back-to-back Art Ross trophies for Stammer. Brian Little won the Hart. Norris goes to Morgan Riley. Best all-around ability, it says. Well, Calder goes to Sam Reinhart after going to Henrik Samuelsson last year. Conn Smythe, back-to-back years. Jonathan Quick. Rene won the Vezina after Luongo won it the year before. Bergeron wins the Selke. You'd love to see it. Ted Lindsay to Brian Little, and the Rocket Richard to Alexander Ovechkin. Yeah, the Kings dynasty not going away. We will go to the draft without being able to see player retirement. It's kind of insane to me that there's not a player retirement screen. Of all, they're like, okay, we can't add the AHL, and also let's lose the ability for player retirements to show up. How? All right, we end up with the 3rd pick and the 4th pick for that matter. Holy shit. See, I definitely don't think there's a lottery. I think it just goes reverse order for the standings. There's literally not a lottery in this game. Incredible. Incredible. Lewis McDavid's up to an 85. I am so torn right now between wanting to just stick with it because this is hilarious versus the fact that this is a fucking nightmare. Let's be honest. This is a nightmare. There are players like Dan Hamhuis that I'd love to trade away, but I'm not going to be able to trade up right now anyway, so we'll just leave it. Let's see who we'll end up with at the 3rd and 4th overall picks. Dude named Glenn Cross and an exact elite named Connor went off the board. So with the 3rd overall pick, please, this is the way to keep me. Please let him be good. Franchise grinder. Oh my God. This could be the greatest day of my life. Left wing side, there's a top 5 named Doug Hart. Two projected franchise level talents, and we have back-to-back picks. The sniper, Bruce Konowalchuk. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're staying on next gen. The defense, some top 10s, and then okay. We have to find a way to trade for Toronto's 5th overall pick. There are 3 potential franchise players on the board. We have to find a way to trade for this pick. All right. Again, it's where they're projected to go. It doesn't necessarily mean that's how good they'll be, but we got to test it. David Backes. Toronto would be over the cap. Toronto would be over the cap. Is there anybody that I can take? Eric Brewer. They'd still be over the cap. Anybody else? Why the hell do you want to get rid of that good player? Eric Brewer. Casey Bailey. How much would I have to retain? Quite a bit, actually. Son of a bitch. I'd have to retain a lot, which I'd prefer not to. Do they have a goalie? Not really. Is there going to be a way to pull this off? We might have to take on Leo Komarov. Or Peter Holland. I also take on Leo. Okay. So Leo, Bailey, Brewer, and that first. We'll give you David Backes. Oh, it hasn't worked once, but I don't care. What if it does? What if it works this time? I don't see who the hell will actually have the value to get me to pull this deal off, though. Is David Backes enough on his own? No. Okay, what else can we do? Other draft picks, probably. Let's see. 2017. 1, 2, 3. What if we add the Colorado second? What if we add the other second from Philly? Hell yeah, brother. David Backes in 2 seconds for the 5th overall pick. Eric Brewer, Casey Bailey, and Leo Komarov. 3 in a row. What's the worst that could happen? So let's hope these guys might actually be half decent, because that would be hilarious. And in terms of known potential, Piespanen is the best one at center. So, as Endo labeled him, the piss boy, we're going to take Mika Piespanen, the 19-year-old Finn, with this pick. After that, we are taking the defenseman, who was also... Oh, no, that's right. It was Connor Walchuk. It wasn't the defenseman. It was the right winger, Connor Walchuk, who, out of right wingers that we know about, is the best one. We're going with Connor Walchuk. Brian, what's going on? It has been a bit. How you been? And then goalie-wise, we are taking the GOAT, Carl Hunter. Everyone loves Croatians named Carl. There we go. How good will those 3 be? Have we struck gold in Arizona? We also have the 26th pick of the round, which we have Chubasov, Funk, who's apparently bad, Carl Hungus, the 13 months on the primer. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Hungus. And how are you? Is there anybody that we've scouted that we know is great? And the answer is no. So we might as well just hope for the best. Right? Keep up on the YouTube side of things since I was working late. Fair. I get it. All right, so we have the Russian Alexander Trubarov, the Italian Bruce Funk. There's another Finninkowski, Ranta, Henriksen, and Backer. There's a Frenchman named Nelson Baby. And then defensively, Kovalev, Pushkarev, Walls, the goalie. Oh, Captain Insano, Melvin Insana. We got to go for the Italian. Bruce Funk. Let's go for Bruce. Oh, God. Well, now we have to play Don't Bring Me Down by ELO. In honor of Bruce. Let's get some dad rock in there, baby. We go all the way to the 3rd round. Who else is available? Is this Keanu? Ooh, it is Kyler Yamamoto. Mason Shaw. Don't Bring Me Down. Neff Glebov. A woohoo. There's Markkanen. Cale Fleury. Don't Bring Me Down. And Eugene Peterson. Is that Stuart Skinner? It is Stuart Skinner. We could go for Cale Fleury. Or Markkanen. Markkanen has the highest potential that we're aware of. If I am not mistaken. Brett Howden was also in this draft. I just saw him. We're going to go for Markkanen. He has the highest potential left that we know of, so screw it. We'll see if that means anything. Another pick here in the 3rd round. Don't Bring Me Down. Bruce. Second to third round. Is that the best we have right now? It is. Let's go for Cale Fleury. Fourth round. What do we got? What do we got? It's not going to be Magnus Pajärvi because he would have been taken. There is Alex True and Glenn Godden, though. Aaron Hymo and Kuznetsov. Naraki. Jaden Naraki. Ooh, third round. We still got some defenders then. Outright third rounders. We have Kalle Sundin, Fredrik Olsson, and Dmitry Moroza. Let's go for Kalle Sundin. It probably was Tyroning, yeah. I have another pick coming up anyway. That is indeed Tyroning, 4th to 5th round. I'll take Tyroning right now because if I don't, X-Tech will murder me in my sleep. So you know we have to take Tyroning right now. Maine Mariners legend, Tyroning. I imagine that's Cedric Paquette. Any other fun names that are projected to be drafted? Not looking too... Is that... There's no way N. Patrick was Nolan Patrick, right? There's no way. Dylan Dubé is there. Oh my god, it's actually Nolan Patrick. I didn't think he would have been in the game yet. That's crazy. Oh my god, Ben Hawerchuk. Son of a legend. I did not think that would be that man. Keegan Colasar. All right, let's go back to drafting people by projection here. So we're looking in as Kyle Capobianco. So I think 3rd to 4th round. Let's go for Stuart Skinner. Let's take a goalie with a mustache. Stuart Skinner. What else do we got here? We're still in the 3rd round. Piernes, Con, Trottier, Connolly, Rantanen, Maki, Primo. I mean, there are options. I don't really care at this point. Oh, God, I can't listen to this song twice in a row, though. I'm not a father yet. I can't listen to ELO twice in a row. Criminy. Frank, I believe a congratulations is in order. I think. Based off of how you phrased it, I'm not quite sure. I think that means a congratulations is in order. Oh my goodness. Frank Grimes, noted dad. Noted dad Frank Grimes. What a guy. What a guy. As a teacher, he didn't get enough of kids yelling at him all the time at work. Now he needs kids yelling at him at home. I'm just going to sim the rest of these picks and see who we end up with. Let's go ahead. Sim the rest of this out. Carl with the get in there. Apparently he did. So there you go, Carl. He was a few steps ahead of you. We took Carbonara. Hell yeah. We got an Italian and we also took Carbonara. Oh my God. Alexa, play the Mario theme song. We're a team of Italians. Oh, goodness. See if you can spot any familiar names. You probably won't be able to for that part of the draft. Round number 2. Still not that many notable names. There is a dude named Rimmer, though. 3rd round. Now get David Pastrnak, right? Kyle Yamamoto went to Anaheim. Mason Shaw to Tampa. Let's see. We took Time Ronning. Yeah, there's not too many familiar names. They were sprinkled in there. Kyle Capobianco. Griffin Reinhart. Yeah. We took Carbonara. Cedric Paquette to Minnesota. Guillaume Brisebois to Columbus. Keegan Kolesar's a Ranger. DMCA'd. DMCA'd. Keegan Coleslaw. Yes, my favorite player. Delicious. All right. And there you go. That is the rather ridiculous draft. The question, though, did we actually get somebody who's half decent out of the gates? Now that we know we're taking a more slow and steady approach again. Did we actually get anybody half decent? Killer Sox, the 59 months save advisory. That's a fair decision. That's a fair one. Sox, what's up? Give it the 59 months on the primer. My goodness. My goodness, my goodness. What a man. That 4.5-year badge. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, to the managed roster. Nope, not the managed roster. That's not what I wanted. Let's go back to contracts. All right, what do we got? $28 million in cap space. Please tell me that some of these guys are half decent. All right, so Hunter is a 69 overall at 20 years old, which is awesome. There is the question, and high starter for Stuart Skinner. There is the question as to whether or not we sign him and play him in the AHL, or if you just let him develop without being on a contract, because letting him develop without signing him seemed to work out really well for Connor McDavid. So that's kind of the $1 million question there. Defensively, let's see, high 7th, high 4 for Sean Day still. Travis Dermott keeps getting worse. God. Sundin isn't the guy that we took super early. Yeah, he was 4th round. Who was the defenseman that we took early? Was it Halvardson? No, he was a 7th rounder. We had Sean Day in the last draft. You didn't take that guy early. That's right. I didn't draft a defenseman super early. It was a winger. I keep forgetting. Right wing side. Media. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Bruce Conowalchuk. We're going nowhere. We're going nowhere. We're good. We're going to win a cup. 76 overall, 19 years old, medium elite. Bruce Conowalchuk. Tremendous. Even if they made Ty Ronning terrible, Carbonara's not that good. That's a lie. It's fucking delicious. Markkanen, the 3rd rounder, wasn't that good. We'll be okay. Left wing side. Gettinger's still a medium elite. Funk was a medium 9. The rest of it's looking pretty rough, but, you know, we're going to hold on to certain notable names like Rantanen, even though he sucks, just to see if we can get him to develop. And why not? The AHL doesn't even exist. Then it's center. Piss Boy! 73 overall, 19 years old, in the medium elite. As a grinder. Beautiful. And Connor McDavid rocking an 85. The Piss Boy is ready to go. Endo's right. He will end up being a piss man. Well, that just rejuvenated the entirety of what we're doing here with this team and with this specific version of the game. It's actually kind of hilarious just how well certain things worked out for us there. We will qualify all 3 of our RFA goalies. We do still have picks, yeah, and we have more players that I want to get rid of. Are we allowed to check? We are, but it'll also be very time consuming. Actually, I don't even know if we are. I don't think I can. We got to qualify Brandon Gormley. Eric Brewer, you can go. You can go. I'm going to sign Travis Dermott. I mean, why not? You know, he might develop in the AHL. Leitonen. Let's keep you for the hell of it. James Melindy's potential fell off a cliff, but I'll keep him for another year. Again, we already have the offer out to Dermott. And a whole lot of dudes. I'm not going to sign people until their rights are about to lapse. Right wing side, we can let go of Justin Williams. We want to keep Mr. Samuelson around. We want to keep Arvidsson around. Casey Bailey can go. He's 25. That's when you pretty much know someone's going to be what they are. We can bring in Connor Garland. That's fine. Timo Meyer, we'll sign him too. Like I said, just see if we can get these guys to develop. Zach Senyshyn even. Why not? Why not have Zach Senyshyn take up a roster spot? Left wing side, Sebastian Aho. Jacob the Snakeub. Sign these guys. Hadobin's a rando, so I'm going to let him go because he's not very good. If I'm going to sign a rando, they got to be good. Qualified Luca Alessio. We'll sign Mikko Rantanen. Again, try to get him to develop. Toby Reeder we can qualify. Should be good there. I cannot take any more Dad Rock. I can't do it. Not right now, at least. Not right now. Well, then again, the Foo Fighters or Dad Rock. We'll go with them. Anthony Beauvillier, you are the worst a player can get in this game. Let's sign you. Anthony Cirelli. Rupe Hintz. Mitchell Marner. We'll qualify Jordan Martinook. Winnipeg, what's going on? Brad Richardson can go. Anton Vermette can go as well. Beautiful. So let's actually start putting thought, dare I say, into what this team is going to be, right? Which is a terrible idea to take this seriously. But here we are, especially too because I don't have to factor in the AHL. I can just do what I want, which is great. The NHL level. So, our top center, Connor McDavid. From there, man, Rupe Hintz was actually looking pretty good. Bailey Komarov, LeCavalier. I want Laurent Dauphin to play this year. And I also want Jordan Martinook to play. So, our second line center will either be Bailey, Uncle Leo, or Vinny. And I'm not sure which. Left wing side. We will have Duclair, Domi, Lesio, and probably not Perlini yet. I think we'll go with Toby Reeder. See if Toby can improve at all. Also shout out to Clapperton, who keeps getting better. And then right wing side is weak. It's pretty weak. We'll see if that stays. We can go Samuelson, Arvidsson, Paluso, and Ojimaki potentially. Obviously, we could end up signing other people. Our defense is OEL, the Ham House, Coburn. We have Brandon Gormley, Francis Corrado, and Connor Murphy. James Melindy is not quite ready for prime time yet. And a goal, Vizintin with either Langhammer or Saros. That's not too bad either. So the big question for us right now is just who's on that free agent list. Is there a young player we can bring in? Is it going to be mostly prospects that can make the team a little bit better? But we have been rejuvenated by quite the interesting draft, I would say. You get 3rd, 4th, and 5th overall selection and hit with all 3 players. While they're not all like medium franchises, they were still pretty good picks. That changes the outlook of the team quite a bit. And a lot of the RFAs have already signed. So if we take a look, free agency. Free agency. Go to RFAs first. In goal, Byzantine, and then Forsberg. We could go for Forsberg. UFAs, Tokarski, Jones, McElhaney. Is there a prospect better than what we were looking at? Anton Bibo is a 76 at 23. That is pretty good. Anybody beat 76 at 23? Appleby. I don't think anybody can compete with that. No, they can't. Yeah, not even Forsberg. So, congratulations to one Anton Bibo, who we will look to sign to a deal. Defensively, elite potential Matt Finn. He is an RFA, though, and we'd have to give up picks. So that's less likely to happen. There is Cody Corbett. Potential's not very good. It is better than those two, though. We could go after Corbett. Why not? Again, go up to about 1.2. 1.25. Yeah. All right. UFA, Zebnik Mahalik, David Rundblad, 2 former Coyotes. Nobody who's all that crazy, though, in terms of like, yes, let's sign this guy to replace who we already have. Isn't 3.5 just a second? Yeah. Seconds are valuable in this game, though. John Blum's still rocking that medium elite. 70 overall at 20 years old. Brandon Carlo shows up on the free agent list. Don't mind if I do. I regretted not drafting him. There's also Murphy. We'll double check guys like Murphy in a second. Medium 7th. We'll wait. Carlo would be a good pickup for us, though. Then for the forwards. For RFAs, Andre Palat. I believe that's Riley Smith. Marco Dano. Actually, hold on. For Palat. Yeah, it would be very expensive. What would Marco Dano be? Still relatively expensive. Although, this would be 3rd round pick for Dano. It's $2 million. Still a 3rd round pick. I am willing to give up a 3rd round pick for Marco Dano. Let's see if Chicago's willing to match that. But that's not too bad. Jeremy Morin, Samuel Sanzars, Jerry D'Amigo. Mitchell will get a little bit better. Phil DeGiuseppe will get a little bit better. Let's see, Zach Mitchell. See if we can snag you away from Minnesota. Philip DeGiuseppe to add to our Italian takeover. We can also go, I think this is Ryan Olsen. Something like that. See if he's willing to sign as well. Winnipeg's willing to match it. I think like Christoph Bergke, I just noticed Olsen's potential is not that great, so we're probably good. UFAs. Brad Marchand, Tyler Johnson. Do love me some Brad Marchand, of course, and Tyler Johnson's only 26. Let's see, what do we have for potential players, though? We have Dane Fox, who was out there again. There's also Shatford, who's back again. I did see the Brad Marchand Cartoon Network thing. He was actually pretty good. I don't think people would have known it was him unless they were told. So that's a pretty good sign. Kabanov will go for Matt Luff. Focusing on the medium 9s for the moment. Agard, whatever it might be. Do we have anybody else? No. Okay, so that's where we'll leave it. Honestly, a good chance to do some follow-up damage here in free agency, I'd say. My interest really has been rejuvenated in this run with the Coyotes. For as dumb as some of the things are about NHL 15 franchise, there's potential here. We did have some players reject, unfortunately, for the sake of a full roster, but that is what it is. It's because of the RFAs I still have. Hey, okay, 3rd round pick from Marco Dano. Not bad. Welcome in, Marco Dano. Henrik Samuelsson signed. All it took was getting 3 medium elites, right? That's all it took. Okay. Well, there are some players there where it would have been nice to sign them, but you can't get everybody. So I'm willing to let them go. Dame Fox would have been one of them and stuff like that, but it's okay. Let's do what we always do. Fully open up the trade block here. See what offers we get in this off-season. See if it's anything that we want to accept. Kirill Kaprizov is Kaprizov at home. Make-A-Wish Kaprizov. Kirill Kaprizov. Islander legend. Okay, well, it's a good thing I just saved, isn't it? It really doesn't like me editing the trade block, does it?